Yo, Basement here, and today we're going over the updated Igris event macro. Anyways, let's get straight into it. Alright, so some things you'll need to download for the macro. First thing, auto hotkey. This will be in the description. You can go to the website here, hit the screen download button, and make sure you download version 2, which you hit this little button here, blah blah blah, and it downloads a setup file for you right here. And all you would want to do is go ahead and run this setup file to install auto hotkey. Once that's done, head over to this other website that'll also be in the description and go ahead and download MacroHub here. This is where I keep all my macros. You just hit this blue download button. As you see, another tab pops up. Just kind of close out of all of it, and after that, you have everything you need downloaded. Alright, as you see here, we have the MacroHub file downloaded. What we can do from here, right click, open with auto hotkey launcher. Or if you don't see this here, you can choose another app. But if it does have this little H icon here, you can go ahead and double click to run it. As you see here, it'll open up MacroHub. And within this file, all we're going to do, click on this little drop down here, Anime Vanguards, AV Igris Event Macro, and go ahead and hit Run Macro. This will go ahead and open up the macro for you. And then from here, all we're going to do is open up Roblox and get into our next steps. Okay. So we went ahead and got Roblox open. As you see, I have the macro right here and I have Roblox right here. There is some minor setup that we will have to do in Roblox. First off, we're going to want to make our window small as possible. We're going to go ahead and bring our cursor to the top bar right here. If we click it, it will be pulled out. Yours probably won't look as small as mine when you first do this. So what you're going to want to do, find the bottom right corner of the Roblox window. If you bring your mouse here, you'll get this diagonal arrow looking thing. If you click it, you see it'll move around your window size. What you can do, you drag your cursor to the top left corner, and you see it'll make your Roblox the minimum size. Now from here, there's a couple things we need to do in in-game settings. So hit this little gear icon in the bottom left corner. At the very bottom, UI scale, you're going to want to max this out at 1.5. You want to turn auto skip waves on and disable visual effects on. There's also an option, disable camera shake, but you can't actually toggle or enable such disable it in lobby, so you will probably have to go in game and turn that on as well. And if you go into the Mac right here within the extras tab, which up here you can navigate through the tabs, you're going to want to click this button up here, set font the Times New Roman. It'll set the font of your game similar to mine. Once you click this button, you see it'll pop up with a little notification. All you're going to want to do then is leave and rejoin the game, and your font should look similar to mine. If you ever wanted to, undo this font because it looks, don't like how it looks, you can click reset font the default, and if you leave and rejoin again, it'll bring the font back to its default font. Now, that's basically all the setup that we need to go over in Roblox. I'll start going over the settings for the macro now. So, we went ahead and minimized Roblox, so now we only have the macro open right here. And within the settings tab right here, there's only two setting buttons. There's unit settings and toggle settings. And unit settings, it's recommended that you don't touch any of this unless you absolutely know what you are doing. This holds all the unit data for like where it's going to place the units, when it's going to upgrade them, etc. But you don't really need to change most of that as long as you follow what units we use in this video. So we can go ahead and close out of that. Toggle settings, there is some things here. No movement reset. It's recommended that you have this on, but for this macro, it doesn't really matter if you have it on or off, since the movement is predetermined by something else. Secondary OCR, if you're skeptical about it not detecting the waves correctly, you can go ahead and turn this on, and it should help with detecting waves. Wave debug, in the bottom left of your Roblox window, hold on, let me bring up Roblox over here. So we have the Roblox window right here, and the bottom left right here, it'll basically show a little UI saying like, oh, we've detected that we're on wave 5, wave 25, etc. That's basically if you want to see the macros correctly grabbing the waves for you. It's more for like testing purposes, but if you want to be safe, you can have it on and just check, hey, is the macro doing what it's supposed to? Once you're done changing these settings, you can go ahead and click Save Settings. And if you come to the Extras tab once more, there is a Save Settings and Save Settings as New File. I already created a file, evilfile.ini. And if I wanted to save my current settings to this file, I would just click Save Settings, and it would update this settings file with my current settings. But let's say I wanted to create a separate setting file for separate settings so I can switch back and forth between them. you'd click this button right here, save settings as new file. It'll bring up this UI. And basically you type the name of your settings file. So instead of evil file, I'll type good file. Click this little save button here and you see there will be now 2 files, evil file and good file. You can switch between them, it'll load settings for them, and other than that, there's not much else to go over in the macro. You can go ahead and hit enable macro, and then all you're gonna do, go to the little boss event right here, click start, and I'll get past the cutscenes for you guys to show how to set it up. Alright, so this is after the cutscene. We are in game. The Roblox window is still the same size, but I scaled it up so you can see this better. And what you're going to do, if the leaderboard is open, go ahead and close that. If chat's open right here, close that as well. Otherwise, while this is still on the screen, all you want to do, make sure you're tabbed in. After you hit enable macro, just hit F3. And from here, it's basically fully automatic. It'll start the waves and start doing the entire automated process for you, my bad. And other than that, I'll let this run here and I'll let it do an entire round to show you how it'll work. Alright, I went ahead and stopped the macro here just to show you that it was able to beat it. It was a little closer than expected, but every time you run the event, it's kind of RNG based with how much money or like when an enemy shows up. So yeah, other than that, it was able to beat the event and it'll basically just continue looping around. It'll click retry and, you know, just basically do the same thing again. Other than that, I'll quit this nonsense and get into the end segment. Okay, end segment time. If you want to be notified about future macro updates, future macro releases, or you need support as the macro is not working as intended, I recommend you join the Discord in the description below. I recommend not that you don't leave like issues in the comments, really. If you need anything fixed, join the Discord. I will see your stuff in the comments. I most likely will not respond if it's an issue, because just managing issues in the comments takes a lot of effort and it gets confusing. And other than that, there's not much else to say for this video. Basement out. I'll see you in the next macro video.
I mean, I kind of get it because
oh yeah, that's W-Riz.
The ever. Don't say that.
My bad.